Hi, it's Adrienne with the Oliver team and Remax Universal. Wanted to talk to you today about ways to resolve an appraisal shortage. So there are three different ways is what I like to think of how to resolve this appraisal shortage. There's also a fourth way, which is to terminate the contract and both parties sever all ties and the house goes back on the market and the buyer finds another home. Obviously, this is not in anyone's best interest. The buyer wants to buy a house, the seller wants to sell a house. So, in my opinion, it's best to try to figure out a way to do that. There are three ways in which we resolve that. The first way is that the buyer comes up with the additional money, right? Sometimes this can be through a loan restructure, so it doesn't actually have to be real money. So for instance, if the client is putting 20% down or 15% down, sometimes we can restructure the loan with the loan officer in order to put 5% down so that they can restructure the loan and they added a little bit to their payment, but they don't have to come up with a large appraisal shortage. That's the first way. The second way is that the seller lowers the price, right? So sometimes the seller has baked in a little bit of cushion. Sometimes the seller will give on that cushion to get the deal done. For instance, if the seller still has a mortgage on the property and say the mortgage is $2,000 a month, it would be in the seller's best interest to negotiate at least that $2,000 in order to close on time, and then that way they wouldn't have to make that payment, right? The third and the most common way that everyone resolves these is a combination of both. So both parties have to work together in order to get a good resolution for everyone. So that's what we do. Basically, we go in and we say, okay, Mr. Buyer, what can you do? Okay, Mr. Seller, what can you do? And we meet in the middle. So I hope you've learned a little bit about appraisal shortages and how we handle them on the Oliver team. This is Adrienne, and make it a great day.